Hello and welcome back to more Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. For last episode, we played through Chapter 11, and today we'll be playing through Chapter 12, which is 12:25 a.m. It looks like the kidnappers made a big mistake. The girl in the trunk was Detective Jowd's daughter, Camila, not the minister's daughter. Or was it a mistake? I guess we'll find out. When I got back to the Justice Minister's office, things were getting even more out of hand. This devastated man was being grilled by the fiery detective lady. Objection. I told Lena what I had found out about the kidnapping, that it wasn't the Justice Minister's daughter who had been abducted. That the kidnappers had been holed up in Camila's old house, and that they sensed my presence and were already gone. But Camila? Why did they have Camila? Her father isn't the stupid old Justice Minister? I think the stupid old part is a little uncalled for. It looks like the kidnappers made a mistake somehow. That poor girl, kidnapped for the ransom of her own father's execution. It's just too much. It's a cruel twist of fate, I agree. And then there are those other twists too. The kidnappers winding up in and using Camila's old house as their hideout. There's no way it could just be coincidence, and them sensing my presence. They seem to know about the powers of the dead. I just don't understand any of it. I told you before, Detective. I want you to stand back. Who cares about distance at a time like this? Look, Mr. Minister, it wasn't your daughter that was kidnapped. Don't try to pretend you didn't hear what we were saying. How can I believe in you? I'm a realist. Please! If you don't believe what we say, see for yourself, just call home and... I tried calling 100 times, but I won't answer. She won't? It's complicated. Oh, why does life have to be such a complicated thing? But if she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean everything's normal? It doesn't prove it. I'm being watched. I can't have the police go check for me. Besides, the execution isn't carried out tonight. The hostage will be killed. What difference does it make if it's not my daughter? Oh, hello, Mr. Fancy Dance Pants. It's me, baby. Inspector Cabanella. Strutting his stuff. I have a little report for you, Mr. Minister. Thanks, Alexa. Off. She has a habit of turning on in the middle of the recording sessions. Maybe I should just... there's a mute button on the top. I should probably just press that before I do recordings. That'd probably be a good idea. The escaped prisoner has been apprehended, though I thought you might like to see him, so here he is. Detective Jowd? Detective Jowd, I'm so sorry. I tried. I know that you're innocent. I just can't prove it. I'm so sorry. Well then, please don't apologize to me. Ah, the beautiful love between a teacher and student. It brings a tear to my eye. Trick time. You knew, didn't you, Inspector Cabanella, that the execution was tonight? I don't believe I had any obligation to tell you. And you're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective Jowd could never have done such a thing. Oh, come on now, baby. I know no such thing. Huh? I know two things to be true and two things only. 1, he was given the death penalty, and 2, he tried to escape. What else could I do but haul him in, baby? If that's the case, why did you bring him here? Whatever do you mean, young lady? He escaped from prison, right? So why didn't you just take him back to prison? I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment. Isn't that right, Inspector? For your own selfish reasons? So were all those rumors about you true? That the only thing you care about is a spotless record? Is that more important to you than saving a friend? Everybody has certain principles they can't go back on, including me. You'll understand that someday, baby. But Detective Jowd! I'm a death row inmate who escaped from prison. This is how it should be. But... Okay, so can we reach him now? Because he took a couple steps. Okay, can I go to the, thank you, okay, I was able to get around the soul. Okay, can I get to you? Yes, I can, okay. Hey, buddy. We helped you escape, and now you're here. What happened, buddy? So, Mr. Ghost, we meet again. I hear something happened. Something about a kidnapping. Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter. That's terrible. What's her demand? The carrying out of your execution tonight. Ha 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 ha. I had no idea I was so hated. Well, the minister doesn't have to worry. I die and it's all over. Very simple. It's not that simple. Why not? Because it isn't really the minister's daughter who got kidnapped. It's Camila. What? Camila? I checked that out for myself. I'm positive. No, it can't be. And by the way, Camila told me something interesting. She said the one who killed her mother 5 years ago was Camila herself. What? What are you talking about? Don't listen to it. I'm the one who shot her. I'm the one who shot Alma. And when I'm executed tonight, that will be the end of it. Camila won't have to suffer anymore after tonight. For a capable detective, you say some incredibly misguided things. You dying isn't going to end that girl's suffering. It'll just bring her new suffering. The only person's pain this execution is going to ease is yours. Is it true what Camila said? Why don't you tell us what you know? To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife's birthday. We came home from work and she went in first. I looked for the shooter, but there was nobody to be found. There was nobody there besides Alma and Camila, just the two of them. So the little lady's mother died right in front of her. Oh my, that's so horrible. Camila told me about it. She was crying. She said the contraption she made did something it wasn't supposed to. It made an impossible move. An impossible move? It's been 5 years since then. I stopped thinking about it. I shot Alma. There was no other explanation. That's what I'd convinced everyone of. Even me. But tonight you showed up and gave me an explanation I never would have thought of before. The powers of the dead, right? That day in that room, powers I didn't understand were at work. And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries. Maybe not all, but a couple other people who should know about those powers.
Somebody there? Can you hear me? I can sense your presence, you know.
The kidnappers who abducted Camila knew about the powers. It's no ordinary kidnapping. It looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was. Detective Jowd! There's still time before dawn, a little anyway. How about you see this case through to an end before you through to the end before you die? Camila was a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. But there were two very strange points about that contraption. The first was, of course, the firing of that gun. Right, that was an antique gun I'd had on display for years. So it wasn't part of the little lady's original design. Of course it wasn't. It was supposed to be a surprise for her mother's birthday. And the other strange point was the movement of that Cupid. Cupid? It was supposed to shoot its arrow without turning around. Somebody made a change to the contraption's design and then manipulated it. I don't know what to say. I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Camila. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in. A small adjustment? What kind of adjustment? The gun, of course. The gun, eh? Come to think of it. There wasn't no gun there, just a picture hanging on the wall. I did not even notice that. Sissel switched the gun out of that frame with the picture. Oh? I didn't believe what she told me about a contraption, but one thing was for certain. That gun was still smoking. So that gun really did shoot Alma! I hid the gun before I went to the police. You hid it? I put it in a wooden box. The music box. Yep, she put it in the music box. I think it still thinks it's a music box. So that's what was in the box, huh? I got a different murder weapon ready to give to the police, my own pistol. And I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into the details. When I was all done, I turned myself in. Wow, that's a lot of information to take in. Holy hell. So Ghost Tricks were responsible for that contraption going so horrendously wrong. In that case, that's going to be interesting to see, because there's obviously, we now know there's someone else out there who's capable of doing ghost tricks, so I'm very curious. I mean, it could be Lampy the desk lamp. That'd be interesting if it was secretly Lampy all along. That's what we call him, right? Lampy the desk lamp. I feel like, I mean, that was a long time ago, but I feel like that was the name we gave him. Detective Jowd, is what you told us and that's now true? Yes, of course. In that case, there's still time. Still time? Time to solve the case that started 5 years ago. You didn't do it, Detective Jowd, and of course little Camila didn't do it either. So the true perpetrator is still out there, and I'm going to prove it. I mean, it might be out there in the form of a ghost performing ghost tricks, but you know, still. That sounds wonderful. Thank you, Detective Jowd. Lynn, where's that music box now? In Temstic Park. Camille left it there. That kind of important evidence. You better go pick it up. Yes, sir. I'll go right now. Sissel, take care of Detective Jowd, and do something about the kidnapping so we can get the minister on our side. And yet again, I say, easy enough for you to say. What's going on? Deal me the deal, Mr. Death Row inmate. A little change in plans. My daughter's been kidnapped. I can't just go off to die without doing something. But you're in our custody, don't forget. Back at the prison, everybody's waiting for you with a special seat just for you, baby. Then I guess we better prove my innocence on the double. On the double, as if you sound so determined, my old friend. I want to save Camila in more ways than one, and that's all there is to it. I see, my old friend, in more ways than one. What say you, Mr. Minister? May we have your decision? Should the execution be carried out tonight as planned, or should we hold off and wait for this important evidence to come in? The order still stands. Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its enforcement. As you wish, Your Excellency. Please don't bow down to me, and especially not that low. In that case, can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van to pick him up? Would you be so kind? Yes, sir. That marriage should take about 10 minutes, I'm guessing. Your escape tonight was brilliant. Will you show me another miracle in these last few minutes of yours, Mr. Death Row inmate? Trick time. Okay, well, if we want a miracle, then can't we just... What if we just... Okay. We still have the connection to Miss Grunning's apartment, right? So if we go there... Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. So if we go here, then can't... And then we can... If we check to see that his daughter's there, and we can somehow get her to call the phone to let him know that she's okay. Just as I thought. This little girl safe in her bed. Yeah, so now just call and let the Justice Minister know that she's okay. And then everybody wins. Problem solved. Murder, execution, jailbreak, betrayal, and now kidnapping. This last link in this long chain of a sad fate lit a fire in Jowd's heart, and the chance to turn it all around is right here in this room. I'm getting a strange premonition. Everything that happened so far tonight is related back to me in some way, and I bet this mistaken written deduction does too. Oh, that was kind of short. Alright. Well, so I guess next episode we'll be trying to get Emily to call the Justice Minister to try to stop this whole thing. Alright, well that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Goodbye.